and they are here tonight, travel from Christchurch to deliver this talk, financial stewardship. So please welcome our regional head, Brother Tito Trenuela.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. Sa mga bagong dating, let me introduce myself. I'm Tito Trenuela, and my wife is over there, Tita Beth. We came from Christchurch. We finished a Christian Life program and joined the Community Focus for Christ way back 1992 in the Philippines. How many years is that? So, but before I start, I would like to introduce my Timothy. You know who's Timothy in the gospel? Timothy is the student of St. Paul. St. Paul used to bring Timothy with him in his mission to spread the gospel of the salvation, because he is training Timothy to be his successor. So let me introduce to you my Timothy, Brother Boyet and Sister Clarissa over there. They are the unit leaders of Christchurch Central. So they accepted the call of our Lord to be a part of this mission tonight. And they are my Timothy at this very moment. Okay? So, to start with this topic tonight, I want you to listen to this song. This song is also found in your songbook. And this song is sung by a Kids for Christ in Christchurch before, who is now in Australia. So I want you to listen to the song, and then from there we will start our discussion tonight.
Dearest Lord,
Okay. Reflect on that song, brothers and sisters. Let me read to you the lyrics. Dearest Lord, teach me to be generous. I know most of you, if not all of us, here tonight is very generous. But we will ask the Lord to teach us to serve Him as we should. We will ask the Lord that we can give and not even counting the cost, to fight and not to heal the wounds, to toil, to work, and ask not for reward. Because all of this, we are doing it to do His holy will. The song itself, brothers and sisters, the Lord is requesting us to be generous. Okay? So, our topic for tonight is about financial stewardship. Hindi ko kayo huulapin ngayon. But the Lord will ask and will see our heart tonight who is generous enough to share with the Lord. So, specifically, our topic is about taking responsibility for God's work through our finances. Because the essence of Christianity, brothers and sisters, is a loving relationship between God and man. God loves and cares for us. Our response is to love Him by surrendering our will to God. If we have something to do, especially if it requires a concrete decision, we have to consult the Lord, pray for it, and ask ourselves, if I will do it, will it please the Lord? I repeat, if I will do it, will it please the Lord? So brothers and sisters, let me give you an example. Basketball versus general prayer meeting. Now, if you decide, brothers and sisters, to join a team, basketball team, Brother Charles, and there is a game tonight, and there is also a general prayer meeting tonight, where will you go? Remember, if I will do it, will it pleases the Lord? Do you want to go to play basketball or join general prayer meeting? I'm sure you will join general prayer meeting because nandito kayo lahat. Wala bang basketball ngayon, di ba? But, another example, if you are invited to a birthday party versus your general prayer assembly or your household meeting, where will you go? Pag pumunta kayo sa birthday party, busog ang tiyan niyo, puno na pagkain. Pag pumunta kayo sa household prayer meeting, busog na espiritu niyo. God is there with you. And you will not feel hungry kahit wala kayong kinain on that day. Amen? So, pag may birthday sa susunod, in conflict with your household prayer meeting, saan kayo pupunta? naman ko sa Brother Michael later on. Okay, brothers and sisters, we learn about our culture in Corpus Christ, right? One of our culture is pray at least 15 minutes a day. Are we praying every day? Well, I am praying every day. I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning and start praying until 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm praying for myself, for my wife, for my family, for my work, for my community. I pray over all of you. You are included in my personal prayer, and that is not only 15 minutes. But start praying for at least 15 minutes. Then, another culture is to read scriptures at least 15 minutes. In my prayer time, after praying, I have to open the Bible and read 2 chapters every day, book by book. At hindi sa pinagmamalaki ko, brothers and sisters, I have already read the whole Bible twice since I started Focus for Christ. 2 beses lang. But that does not give me guarantee that memoryado ko ng lahat ng Bible. No. I just read it and contemplate on the verse that struck me most, that answered my prayers or teach me what to do. Because I use the words of the Lord for my guidance every day. That's why I read the Bible every day. Now, so among the various culture is the expression of such. Among the various expressions of such culture is in Focus for Christ is the whole area of finance. So tonight, we want to take a closer look at our Christian responsibility in this area. First and foremost, we will discuss the basic ways we use our finances in the Lord. What are these basic ways? Number 1, resource sharing. Then, almsgiving, and then tithing. These are the 3 basic ways in which we can use our finances in the Lord. Resource sharing, almsgiving, and tithing. So let's discuss this one by one. Mahal ng bigas ngayon, hindi na 20 pesos per kilo. But we have to share our resources. So, resource sharing, brothers and sisters, means lending our material resources to pay for specific needs of our brothers and sisters. I will give you a concrete example that is happening before we left Christchurch. My car, yung dinadala namin, dinadrive ko, palagi papunta dito. There is a leak in our radiator. So takot ako na i-drive baka hindi kami makauwi mamaya. This is an example of a resource sharing. I called up Brother Nilo, Brother Wade, because our original plan is to use my car in driving here. But because the radiator is leaking, I called him, bro, may problema. Ang radiator ng sasakyan ko is leaking. He said, don't worry, I'll use my car. That is resource sharing, brothers and sisters. Ginamit namin ang sasakyan niya, papunta dito. Yung sasakyan na yun, ginagamit pa ng anak niya sa trabaho. Pinuha pa namin doon sa parking lot. Just for us to drive and come here. That is resource sharing, brothers and sisters. So in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15, verse 7 and 8, if one of your kinsmen is in any community is in need in the land which the Lord your God is giving you, you shall not harden your heart, nor cross your hands to him in his need. Instead, you shall open your hand to him and freely lend him enough to meet his need. Okay, next, almsgiving. What is almsgiving, brothers and sisters? Almsgiving means giving money, yeah, or goods to the needy and poor, both in and out of one's own community. For example, giving help sa kaibigan natin na namatayan. I see to it, brothers and sisters, that sa members ng community natin na may namatayan, as long as deposited the bank account, I see to it that kahit maliit, may binibigayan. That is, and also our experience in the Philippines during our holiday last month. No, 2 months ago, you're right. On our way, roaming around the city of Davao, makikita mo mayroon pa rin mga taong sa lansangan humihingi ng pera. So, si Tito Ray, naawa man, nagiging lito lapit, bunot ng bunot. Because, brothers and sisters, it is our spiritual responsibility to help others. Third, tithings. Of all the three, brothers and sisters, let us focus on this. Brother Freddy, hindi ko kukunin ang tithes ng simbahan. I will explain it later. What is tithing? What is tithing, brothers and sisters? Tithing is 10% of our income after tax. Take note, 10% of our income after tax. Hindi yan sinasabi ni Father Freddy, but that is in the Bible. 10% of our income after tax is our tithes. Saan pupunta yan? Let's go there. It is a priority over everything else we need to spend. It's a priority. Just like, nagtatrabaho tayo ngayon. Sino bang walang trabaho dito? Okay. Extended kayo ngayon. But nagtatrabaho tayo. Pagdating ng sunduhan, tanggal ka agad ang tax. Right? Automatic yan. But why is it na nahirapan tayo tanggalin ang 10% para sa Panginoon? Anong dahilan, brothers and sisters? Because it is not automatically taken from our salary, from our wages. Okay? Gagawa natin ang paraan yan mamaya. Ngayon, Saan pupunta yung 10%? It is given to the immediate body of Christ, where one receives his support in the Christian life. Sa immediate body of Christ, saan kumukuha tayo ng hugot sa ating Christian life. And for us, brothers and sisters, in focus on Christ, that basically means to our community and to our parish. So that is basically to our community and to our parish. It is given for the purpose to support the work of the Lord. Just like us, brothers and sisters, we came from Christ Church. Pag walang pera ang community, saan kami kukuha ng pang-petrol namin papunta dito? Saan kami kukuha? Sa Panginoon. But the Lord will say to us, give me, bring me, send me your tithes, so that there will be enough in the room to be used for evangelization. That is the same in our community and in the parish. Okay? So that is tithings. So in focus for Christ, our tithes will be used for evangelization. Tulad ng during your time when you join Focus for Christ in your Christian life program, nakita niyo may mga materials na binigay sa inyo, may mga ID, may mga ang dami, kasama na yung pagkain sa lamisa. Those are taken from the tithes, aside from the donations of the members. So it is used for evangelization, members formation like this one, community activities like our upcoming Family Day and Christmas activities is coming December, and other administrative activities. So brothers and sisters, we have to acknowledge that all that we have, all that we own, belongs to God. Amen? Do we agree? Our cars, our home, comes from the Lord. It is a blessing from the Lord. So, in Haggai, the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 8, all that the silvers and gold of the world is sa Kanya. We are just stewards of all of this. Pinahawakan ito ng Panginoon sa atin. Hindi atin ito. Sa Kanya ito lahat. So brothers and sisters, the world and all that is in it belongs to the Lord. The earth and all who live on it are His. Kahit tayo, mag-aari tayo ng Panginoon. We are His children, His people. So brothers and sisters, we agree that we owe our prosperity to God. Lahat natin na nakasa natin ngayon is coming from the Lord. Our work, our cars, our house, the food on the table, what we are wearing, what we are playing here, instruments, all of this belongs to God. Kanya ito. So in the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 22, it is the Lord's blessing that makes you wealthy. Pag hindi tayo binibless ng Panginoon, kahit na anong trabaho ang gagawin natin, hindi tayo uunlad. Right? See, for example, nagtatrabaho tayo, sabihin ng supervisor natin, sinong gusto mag-overtime ngayon? Abang, lahat ng Pilipino, ako! Pira yan, di ba? But, the more you do overtime, brothers and sisters, saan pupunta? Pag nagkasakit kayo, pupunta yan sa doktor. Lahat na pinaghihirapan nyo, papunta sa doktor. Did you get rich? No. Ang doktor ang yaman. So just be contented with what we are, brothers and sisters. And the rest of the time, offer it to the Lord. Okay? Gising pa ba kayo? Another one. On the first letter of Paul to Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 7, who made you superior to others? Walang mataas sa atin dito. Kahit malaki ang sweldo mo, maliit na sa akin, pare-pareho, pantay-pantay tayo. Pantay-pantay tayo na anak ng Diyos. Because God gave it to us. Hindi natin dapat ipagmamalaki na ang sasakyan mo, BMW, ang sa akin is just an outlander. Pareho din yan, sasakyan din yan. Uli na magandang sa iyo, pangit na sa akin. So brothers and sisters, our finances should be used to build God's kingdom in accordance with His will. We are to use our finances to further Christian mission and to help our brethren. So, yung ibibigay natin na tithes ay gagamitin natin to further Christian mission. Okay? In order to build the kingdom of God. Now, what is the biblical reference of our topic tonight? It is taken from Malachi chapter 3, verses 7 to 10. Let me read. You, like your ancestors before, you have turned away from the laws and have not kept them. Turn back to me, and I will turn to you what you ask. What must we do to turn back to you? I ask. Is it right for a person to cheat God? Is it right? Of course not. Yet we are cheating God, brothers and sisters. How? In the manner of tithes and offering. In the manner of tithes and offering. Of course, in all those, and all of you, because of the whole nation is cheating me. Bring the full amount of your tithes to the temple. Bring the full amount of your tithes to the temple. So that there will be plenty of food there. Put me to the test. And you will see that I will open the windows of heaven and pour out on you in abundance all kinds of good things. Okay. Himay-himayin natin ito verse by verse, mga kapatid. There are 3 colors in that. So on the read one, let's read it back again. You, like your ancestors before you have turned away from my laws and have not kept them. Turn back to me, and I will turn to you. But you ask, what must we do to turn back to you? I ask, it is right for you, a person, to cheat God? Of course not. Yet, you are cheating me. How? In the manner of tithes and offerings. Of course, in all of you, because the whole nation is cheating me. It's stuck there, brothers and sisters. So, from that verses, we can conclude that we cheat God. Right? Because we didn't do right things. Next, simply because the money is his in the first place. We tithe not because the Lord wants it. Because, as I have said, it is his in the first place. He is just asking us to turn over to him the 10%. 10%, brothers and sisters. So if you are earning $100 a day, how much is 10%? Do you know? Hindi ko rin alam. Okay. Now in the letter B, the blue one, bring the full amount of your tithes and trinkles so that there will be plenty of food. So with our tithes, sisters, there may be food in God's house. Food. Quote unquote. Food is life-giving. The tithes supports our work for the Lord, which work gives life to many purposes. So our tithes in our community, we use it to spend in your Christian life program so that you will be a part of this community, the Corpus Christi. And from there on, we will be walking together in our spiritual growth with the Lord. The green one, put me to the test and you will see that I will open the windows of heaven and pour out on you in abundance all kinds of good things. But a very good promise the Lord is giving us. So if we do our obligation, brothers and sisters, the Lord will open the floodgates and pour out blessings and blessings. Liglig umaapaw. Liglig siksik umaapaw. Okay? But mind you, brothers and sisters, we will see, as I have said, your generosity tonight. So God can never be outdone in generosity. He can never be outdone in generosity. But the only God will give us blessings if we will share our resources to others. I will give you an example. A glass of water. Pag puno ang glass of water, pag dinagdagan mo, ako na, di ba? It will spill. Hindi na yan blessings. But, if you will use the water in the glass, empty it by sharing it to the others, yung uhaw, painumin mo, and your glass will be empty, the Lord has now a chance na pupunuin niya na again your glass. And that is blessing every day. Empty your glasses, share it to the others so that the Lord will fill it again. And that will be shared by Tita Best naman. We will always receive more than what we give, not necessarily in terms of money, but probably in terms of our health, our work. I know some of you na promoted na into a higher position, and that is also a blessing from the Lord. So brothers and sisters, tithing is certainly an essential part of our life as growing Christians. How we respond to tithings can be a measure of our spiritual growth. How we respond to it is a measure of our spiritual growth. And I will give you some example that measures our growth through tithings. And it reflects on the following areas of our life. Number one, our stewardship. Kung paano natin hinahawakan ang biyaya na binigay ng Panginoon sa atin. Ginagamit pa lang natin yun sa ating sarili or we are sharing it with others. Do we accept that everything belongs to God and we are just merely stewards? In which case, do we God as to how to handle our finances? So brothers and sisters, the way we handle our finances is a reflection of our stewardship of the blessings that the Lord is giving us. Okay. To be honest, brothers and sisters, tithing is not part in our covenant card of Focus for Christ. If you will read your covenant card, there's nothing there that says you have to tithe. Right? But the purpose of tithing is to teach us always to put God first in our life. The second ways is our gratitude. The way we acknowledge the blessings that we receive from our Lord. So, brothers and sisters, do we acknowledge whatever good things we have comes from the Lord? Do we accept that everything we own today is a blessing from the Lord? Brothers and sisters, to tell you frankly, kahit ang sakit natin is a blessing to the Lord. You know why? I will give you an example. Itong dalawang Nico masakit. As a matter of fact, I can't drive any longer. But it's still a blessing because kahit na masakit ang tuhod ko, nandito ako sa harap niyo. How did I do it? with the help of Brother Boyd. There is sharing and there is these challenges in our life. But that is still a blessing to the Lord. Turn it into a positive way. Now, while we are praising a while ago, kasi alam ko, ang sasakyan ko is will cost much sa repair. So, while we are praising, I'm asking the Lord, Lord, bigyan mo ako ng bagong sasakyan. And I claim it, brothers and sisters. Next time na babalik ko dito, ay bago na akong sasakyan. Tesla. Ang ganda naman. The next one is our priorities, brothers and sisters. Is God and His kingdom first in our lives, even before our own needs. Priority ba natin ang Panginoon other than our personal needs? Is God and His kingdom first in our lives, even before our own needs? So, we have to prioritize, brothers and sisters. Next is our faith. With the faith, God will provide. Do we believe that as we put God first, He will provide whatever we need in life? Do we believe that? So, brothers and sisters, just keep the faith, and God will provide the next. Another one is our conversion. How we grow in our Christian generosity and selflessness and simplicity of lifestyle and in detachment of our personal interest. So in our conversion, have we grown in our Christian generosity? And the last one is our zeal for God's kingdom. Do we realize that the financial need for doing such mission needs our support? So, brothers and sisters, let us not lose a proper perspective. It is important to give not because of the need for our money. It is important to give not because of the needs for our money, but because it is just the right thing to do. That we have to share our resources for God's work. In fact, while we see that God's work needs money, God Himself doesn't need money. So sinabi ko na ang lahat sa Kanya. He owns the universe. However, the practical need for money is just His way of giving us the privilege of being His co-worker in the kingdom building. Binigyan tayo ng Panginoon ng mga blessings niya because He's giving us a privilege to be a part of building His kingdom. That's why we are here. Some of you, as you continue to be a part of this community, you will become an evangelizer. You will become a household leader, evangelizing your fellow members. As members of this community, you will evangelize those people outside of our community to come and join our community, the Caucus for Christ. You will become the eyes, the mouth, the hands, and the feet of our Lord as His evangelizers. Go out. The Lord is sending you to a place He prepared for you. That's our song this morning. Right? That's my favorite song. Because pag sinabi ng Panginoon, Ray, bukas, I will assign you to Christchurch. Hindi ka na pwede sa Otago. I will just say, Lord, send me. Who knows? Bukas, iba na ang regional head niyo. Are you happy? Walang sumasagot. So focus not so much on the 10%, brothers and sisters. Do not focus on the 10%, but on the 90% left, which we keep to ourselves. Focus on that. Use the 90%. Sa inyo na yan. 10% lang hiningi ng Panginoon. Remember, it is God's money. He owns it all. But He allows us to keep the bulk of it. 10% lang ang hinihingi niya. Ipagdamot pa ba natin yan sa Panginoon? Walang sumasagot. Okay, brothers and sisters, I will give you a biblical example. Alam niyo yan, ha? Donation yan, $1. Now, there is a story. The story of a widow's mite. You know that story? The Lord is watching. He is in the synagogue. Nandun lang siya. Pinagpasdan niya ang mga taong pumapasok, one by one. Bawat isa, they are putting in a treasure box. Okay? And the Lord noticed a widow. Ang inilagay niya is only 3 coins. In which case, that coins, gagamitin niya sana para ibili ng pagkain niya. But binigay pa niya sa donation box sa sinagogue. Take note of that, ha? Yung iba, malaking binigay. Because mayaman sila. There are a lot of surplus money sa bulsa nila. But this widow, 3 coins lang para ibili niya ng pagkain. Gutom na siya. But ibinigay pa niya. And the Lord says, that widow will be blessed more than the one who did more. So brothers and sisters, if we do it for God's work, sinasabi ko na, the Lord will bless us. Siksik, liglig, umaapak. But you will ask, brothers and sisters, Tito Ray, what about if I don't have enough? Brothers and sisters, in Malachi, God promises that He will open the floodgates. God will not only provide, but He will be very generous. We open the door and experience God's bounty because we ourselves are not generous enough. Now, however, there might some situations where we really cannot afford to tithes. Kaya, tinanong niyo ako, what if I don't have enough? Brothers and sisters, I will not emphasize that we will follow the widow who is putting her 3 coins because may mga anak rin tayo, di ba? Now, if it affects the food on the table for our family, then we are not obliged to do the 10%. Siguro, pwede na yung 11%. Ay, 1% lang. We're not obliged as long as the remaining 9% is used for the good of the family. At huwag niyong gamitin ang 9%, pupunta kayo sa casino. The Lord will know it kung saan niyo gagamitin ang 9%. It is acceptable, brothers and sisters, not to give the full tithes because we need it. In Luke chapter 21, verses 1 to 4, Jesus looked around and saw, this is the story of the widow's mite. The rich people dropping the gifts in the temple treasury, and he also saw a very poor widow dropping into 2 little copper coins. He said, I tell you that this poor widow put in more than all the others, for the others offered their gifts from what they had to spare of their riches. But she, poor as she is, gave all she had to live on. Likewise, brothers and sisters, give to others and God will give to you. Indeed, you will receive the full measure, a generous helping hand. All that you can hold, the measures you use for others, is the one that God will use for you. So if you will give only $1, kahit alam ng Panginoon na marami kang pera, the Lord probably will just give you give me $1, I'll give you $10. But if you will give $1,000, the Lord will say, oh, you're generous na, I will give you $1 million. Amen? Tomorrow, mayroon yayaman sa atin dito. Okay. Now, brothers and sisters, it is my time to stop talking, and Tita Beth will start singing. Ay, ito po. So, let us welcome her as I'll share. Okay. This is an example of a resource sharing. Ipahirap ko sa kanya ang message ko.
Mahabang istorya ito, mga kapatid. God is good? I want conviction. You can do more than that. God is good? Very good. God is where? Everywhere. Okay. Brothers and sisters, mahabang istorya ito. Dahil kami ay yung kotse ni Tito nagpaparinig yun, yung mga pagpapili ng kotse sa akin. Okay? Dahil may problema yung kanyang kotse. Nawagan niya si Brad, sinabi na niya kanina, through the help of Brother Milo, nakarating din kami dito. But dahil 3 beses kami lumipat ng sasakyan, naiwan yung aking glasses doon sa kanilang sasakyan. But hindi ako nagpatingan. Kasi sabi nila, babalikan natin. No, we're running out of time. We can do more than that. So, brothers and sisters, nandito kami kahit inaapi-api kami ng kalaban. Yes! Yes, Lord? Yes. So, brothers and sisters, before I share, my disclaimer po ito. Hindi ako nagmamayabang dito dahil nakabili kami ng bagong bahay sa Pilipinas, which is very unexpected. Unexpected siya. But pinagmamayabang ko dito kung paano pinapatunayan ng Panginoon ang kanyang promise na sabi niya, you try me and I will open the floodgates of heaven. Ito yun. Sabi ni Tito Ray, pag ikaw ay nag-share, kailangan isulat mo kasi marami kang adlib, matagal tayo matapos. In fact, mahaba ito, pero hindi ito lahat ha, ano lang yan, 3 lang yan, 3 page lang yan. At malaki yung ating sulat. Okay, we'll start from Malachi chapter 3, verse 10. Sabi dito, bring to the storehouse a full tenth of what you earn, which is 10%. Test me in this, says the Lord, all-powerful God. I will open the windows of heaven for you and pour out blessings on what you need. Klaro. Hello? Lolo. Ano yan? Klarong-klaro mga kapatid. Klarong-klaro mga kapatid na may promise ng Panginoon. So ito yung pinagmamayabang ng promise ng Panginoon. Year 2023, which is this year. July 15 to August 8. We travel to the Philippines for a business trip. Hindi ito siya holiday, business trip. Kasi ipa-bless namin yung bahay namin, yung apartment namin sa Pilipinas. Which is, nag-earn na siya ng money. Our purpose is to help the least, the lost, and the last. Helping people who really needs help. Dahil matalino sila, pero wala silang pera. And that is the goal of our project. But prior to our trip, we were unsettled financially. Because apart from our plane ticket, there are so many concerns that we are going to undertake and to deal with. Number 1, for our community. We have to donate. Ito, alam ng marami ito. Hindi ko siya, sinishare ko sa inyo para kukunin nyo yung sikreto para kayo maging successful as a steward of the Lord. Now, we donate 1K for the conference in Auckland. We believe that it is our responsibility. As your regional leaders, we believe that you are our flock, and we will look after that flock. So, but without any doubt, in my mind, in my heart, sinabi ng Tito Ray, the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide. We, myself and Tito Ray, pour out, and bring out that money. Even may plano kami na uuwi kami sa Pilipinas at saan kami maghanap ng gagastusin namin. Tito Ray being a warrior, something. He said that he's not coming with me because we don't have money or we are not equipped. Moreover, our friend in the Philippines asked for help because he was stuck in the immigration and he needs 1K. Ayun. With an expectant faith, myself, that God will provide. The second, God will provide. I released the money that was intended for our travel allowance. Now, the first time was our worry. And then, here comes the fear. Because we don't know what will happen to us. And we are traveling far away from New Zealand. But I didn't hesitate. And I didn't have one of these because I believe that I have a bigger God. In the course of our trepidation, the time has come to fly to Pinas. Everything was very smooth. And we reached Davao as planned. We stayed in the condominium for 15 days. There are days that we were being served by our brothers and sisters in the community who are also like us, like missionaries from Davao to New Zealand. So, you know them, the Sulano couple and the Simangan couple. And that's a bonus. On our journey to Baba, which I was born, Samal Island, where our main purpose is located, we encountered this movement para sa pagpapa-improve ng sa simbahan. Quote and unquote. They asked for donation. I opened my wallet and give substantial amount of donation. I wouldn't discuss that substantial amount. Now, here comes the house blessing. The house blessing was over. It's about time to go back to the city to lodge our extrajudicial settlement, to change the name of the property of my sister, Noemi, who died, who passed away. She, by the way, I'll give you a little bit of background. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she is a midwife. And we were supporting her by sending every week $500. So when our savings was drained, we didn't have the money. So Tito Ray, being a very generous husband, it's not his property, that's mine. But he said, Ma'am, you better sell your property to save the life of your sister. And who am I to say no? That is not even his property, and he's giving me the direction to sell the property to save my sister. And said, lo and behold, yes, we will sell that property to save her. She survived for only 18 months. But before her passing, she said, verbatim, there is no handwritten, it's only verbal. She said, nobody can touch my property except my ate, which is me. So, kanya ito dahil siya lang ang nakakatulong sa akin during my time na nangangailangan ako. So I've got 4 witnesses because we are 6 in the family. So I'm the second. So I've got 4 witnesses na nagsabi na that house is mine. Okay. One contested. So, what I did is to go back to the Lord and pray for all my siblings. You know, brothers and sisters, haven't prayed like that before. You know, paano ba yan tawag padre yung nakadapa, prostrate. Nakadapa ako. And I have from 3 o'clock, listen carefully, this is 3 o'clock in the morning, Philippine time. Start ako ng dasal. I started praying from 3 o'clock up to 7 o'clock in the morning, asking the Lord for guidance. Lord, what will I do? If you are in my case, what will I do? The brothers and sisters, I asked the Lord for help. And I really feel that the Lord's hand was working. And dinig na dinig yung aking prayer. Lo and behold, He was there. He was there during our meeting because I have called for a family meeting to resolve the problem. So we were there, we were discussing, there was a lot of, kasi hindi ka tumulong sa amin, malayo ka, wala kang ginawa dyan. Lots of accusation. Brothers and sisters, masakit man. Because I was the only one forking out money in millions. Not millions of dollars, but millions of pesos. For them to survive and for my mom to survive. But ako pa yung inakusahan na wala akong naitulong. But, brothers and sisters, when the Holy Spirit works in your life, believe me, kaya mo siya tanggapin. Tinanggap ko siya, wala akong sinabi. I told them, I am sorry. I am very far away from you. And, brothers and sisters, yun ang sinabi ko. Nayanig yung kanilang puso. And then my sister realized that I am really truthful. And I feel that the Lord was there. During that time, the Lord was there. And to make it concrete, in spirit and truth, Tito Ray asked us to put our hands together, one by one. So from the oldest daughter, next me, and then my third sister, and then up to the youngest. And then Tito Ray prayed over us. Brothers and sisters, miracles do happen. Balay number 2 is now under my name. Pumayag at pumirma sila lahat na the house was mine. This is now the bigger slice of the cake that the Lord has promised us. Okay? Resolve na yun. Akin na yung bahay. So, the next phase is to make that house livable and feasible for the next project. The house is work in progress, and the proposal was to build a maternity clinic for that house so that we will be able to help the people in our neighborhood. Kasi yun ang nakita kong need na kailangan kami tumulong our money to make that dream, to make that plan a reality. I met a friend who is our next door neighbor. And lo and behold, she is a member of our community because he is handmaids of the Lord. We talk about everything to the point of buying and selling a property. Gina was her name. She asked me, "Sister, do you want to buy a condominium, brand new, in the city?" My answer was, that is our bucket list, but it's not part of the plan in this travel, in this mission. And the rest is history. It did happen so quick. The following day, we went to the sister's office, to her sister's office, and signed all documents. And praise the Lord, we were given the best spot and the advantage and the edge, and the business deal was confirmed. I don't know how it happened, but it did happen. To cut the story short, we now owned a condominium in the heart of the city, close to Davao City Global Township. I have no idea how did it happen, but I am pretty sure that God is really generous when you are generous. When you are unsparing to others. When you don't hold back your money. Because that money is intended for your brothers and sisters next to you who really needs your help. For me and Tito Ray, we focus ourselves what we can do to others. I don't buy branded bags just to please other people that I have plenty of money. I have branded bags, but it is given to me as a gift. But it's not me. You can ask Tito Ray, buhay pa naman yan. We put ourselves last. Then the Lord, if you put yourself last, then the Lord will make you first. He will give you the desire of your heart. Plus. And for this, may God be praised. But before I will close my sharing, I would like you to ponder on this verse. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6 to 8. Whoever sows sparingly will reap sparingly. Whoever sows generously will reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart, not reluctantly under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver. Huwag kayong ma-pressure kay Tita Beth, but I am telling you, this is the story handwritten. This is very true that is happening to us. And for this, may God be praised.
Thank you. So, let's continue, brothers and sisters. Okay. Now, alam niyo kung paano yan? This is it. The road of life. I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now, or I shall not pass this way again. So what we're going to do tonight, brothers and sisters, I want you to group yourselves into 4. Group yourselves into 4. Okay? Do it now, please. Into 4. Meron tayong workshop. Doesn't matter. What are the blessings that I have received from our Lord this year? This year, okay? And question number 2, how will I respond to our Lord for the blessings that I receive? You start your discussion now. You're sharing what are the blessings that I have received from the Lord this year. And how will I respond to our Lord for the blessings that I receive? Let us reflect on these questions once again. 1, what are the blessings that I have received from our Lord this year? I'm sure and I believe that there are blessings that each and every one of us receive from the Lord. Every morning, gising pa tayo, that's a blessing. Every morning, makapunta tayo sa trabaho natin, that's a blessing. There are a lot of blessings that we receive from the Lord. But the question is, how will I respond to our Lord for the blessings that I have received? Anong gagawin ko to make the Lord happy in return of the blessings that He showered to us? For us, yan Tita Bes, brothers and sisters, we practice tithings. We give tithes to our community and we give tithes to our parish. Kahit hindi kami nagsisimba sa parish namin, regular ang tithings namin because it is automatic payment. That's what we do. Para pagtanggap namin ng wages namin, hindi na namin alam, tanggal na ang tithes. So what is left, yun na lang ang gagamitin. So I'm sure all of you have decided your response to the blessings that the Lord has received. You have received. It's up for you what you're gonna do with it. What is your response? I will not ask you today. But take note, as I have said before, if I will do it, will it please the Lord? Pag ginawa ko ito, masiyahan ba ang Panginoon? That's the only question. So, and I'm sure some of you have decided it's high time now na mag-tithes ako sa community ko, Gospel Christ. And how will you do it if you will do tithings to our community? Here is it, brothers and sisters. Our community has a one mission fund with the account name Caucus for Christ New Zealand Global Mission. And there is the ANC account number. Use that account number. That is universal to all community in New Zealand. So, use that account number, but for the details, please use this reference format with regards to CFC-OAMARU. Your particular will be tithes. Your code will be your designated area, and that is OAMARU. Then reference your member ID with an IA. Now I'm aware that not all of you have their own member's ID number. So at this moment, if you will start to make your tithes to the community, if you do not have IN number, just use your name so that it will be recorded in your name in one global mission. Pag nagtanong sila, ako nang bahala masagot na wala pa kayong IN number. As long as you do your tithes. Because we are now doing updates of our community here in OAMARU. Ang problema lang, hindi high-tech si Tito Ray. Kung minsan hindi ko alam kung paano. Kaya humihingi ako ng tulong sa isa sa inyo dito na nakaalam kung sinong household members nito, sinong unit leaders nito, sinong mga pangalan nito, ano ang mga email address, those information that is needed. So, kailangan isa sa inyo dito ang gagawa para ma-perfect ang kasi nabudol na ako one time. Nagkamali ako sa pag-post ng birthday greeting sa isang member. Kasi yun ang nakalista sa OGT. In which case, nagkamali ang input ng data. Kaya I wanted na dito manggaling so that lahat ng information madali i-correct. Okay? Now in that OGT, mayroon na doon topic or portion which we can check who is tithing in our community. Sino ang nagtatithe sa community natin? And sad to say, brothers and sisters, that in OAMARU, as of June 2023, dalawa lang ang pangalan na sa OGT na nagtatithe. Alam niyo kung sino? Apat ba? O na-reconcile na? Apat. So, apat lang. Ilan tayo sa CFC-OAMARU? Kaya, ang mga activities natin na kailangan natin ng support from the One Global Mission, well, hinihingi natin sa community, sa One Global Mission to fund our activities. Just like our upcoming intercamp. We requested for a fund for our intercamp. But apat lang ang natatayad sa atin. Saan natin kukunin ang pera? Well, I said, the Lord will provide. Ang gagawin natin is just gawin natin ang responsibility natin to help our community. So that, as I have said, if there is enough in the storeroom, marami tayong magagamit. So this is now what you're going to do, and I encourage you, use it. Or do it in an automatic payment way para hindi nyo na mamalayan na natanggal na sa inyo. Tulad ng income tax. Tax natin. And mind you, at the end of the year, fiscal year, bibigyan kayo ng receipt para sa inyong refund, donation refund. May refund kayo. Kung magkano ang naibigay niyong donation, because this is like donation, mag-file kayo sa Inland Revenue for your tax refund or donation, then you will get, of your total donation, you will get back 33%. Ibalik sa inyo ng Panginoon. That is your saving during the end of the fiscal year is March. ang pagbigay ng refund is on July 18. So this is it. Particular tithes, code UMARU, and reference is, if you have an IN number, that is supposed to be IN 2014-167833. But in your reference, remove the IN and just use code number. And that is your name. That is your identity in the One Global Mission. Okay? So, that is what we're going to do. Make a donation through automatic payment. And brothers and sisters, let us love one another as the Lord says, as I have loved you. So what we're going to do? Bakit? Wala na. Ang last slide, brothers and sisters, is ilagay mo sa katapusan, sis, please. Push. Pray until something happens. And may God be praised.
Lakpakan natin ulit si Tito. God is good. God is really good talaga. No? And alam ko, as far as I know, sa CFC, sa Pinas pa kami, yung mga CFC na yung sa tingin ko palagi sila nagtatights, tapos ang lalaki yung mga tithes nila, mas sila pa yung mas lalong yung mayaman. Parang ganun ba na? Maraming magbigay sila sa kanila sa mga share sa mga activity ng sa community natin. And yeah, I know some of our brothers and sisters here in OAMARU, they are cheerful, very cheerful giver. And look at their situation right now. Hindi sila naghihirap. Tama lang, no? Balang araw may solar na yung atin. Di ba? God is good talaga. Kasi, mga givers sila sila talaga. Tsaka, gawin din natin yan. And, alam ko, kami din sa family namin, experience din namin yung mga blessings ni Lord. No? Di ba? Napakabait ng Panginoon. Huwag lang kayong mag-alala. Yung mga plano niyo sa buhay, yung mga iniisip niyo bagay na kaya niyo gusto niyo aputin, hayaan niyo lang. Mag-serve lang kayo sa Kanya. Balang araw darating din yan. So, God is good. So, brothers and sisters, let us close this prayer assembly with our spiritual advisor.